Hi everybody, can you see me? I'm just testing because this is the first time we've gone live on YouTube, so I'm just checking to see whether it's working okay. My son's there telling me as well. Can you see anything yet, Toby? No? Hi Tracy. Are you on the link that I sent, or have you just come out onto the channel? Because I'm not sure. I think I'm streaming live, but not through the link that I sent everybody. Hi Deborah, are you okay? Can you see me okay, Deborah? You've just come into the channel, Tracy. Okay. So I think what's happened is I'm going live, like I say, but it's not on that original link. So I'm going to just bear with me a second while I do a couple of things on my screen. Dean, could you just pop a note on the chat on there just to say, can everyone come out of that and just go to the main channel and they'll see me live? Sorry, ladies. I'll be with you in a second. I know this is all going far too smoothly. Technology, it's not the most easy thing to do. So bear with me for 2 seconds. It's absolutely chucking it down here as well. So if it's very dark, of course the heavens opened at like exactly the time that I wanted to start going live, of course. So I'm just gonna, tell me when you've done it, Dean, because I'm gonna delete it in a minute. Yeah, in fact I'll leave it live for a minute and then hope everybody pops over. So we'll just give them a minute, if that's okay, ladies, just to come over to the correct link. Thank you so much for joining me anyway. Are you all having a lovely evening? You can see me on your TV, but not on the phone. Weird, Rosa. Okay, you can hear the rain in my house. Honestly, it's absolutely just started crazy checking it down. Okay, just while we are waiting for everybody to join us from the other link, we have had quite a few orders already from the few minutes that just before it went live. Dean's just showing me the stock. The bundle, which gives you 10% off, and I've only got a limited amount of the bundle. A quarter of it is gone already. So if you wanted all 4 items in the bundle, which gives you 10% off and free UK delivery, then yeah, it's going quick. Sorry. It's really a bit of a guess for today, because when you start something new, you don't always know, do you, how much to give. So hi everybody, I'm so sorry for getting you to move over to the other link there. I don't know what happened. I'll have to do some extra testing for next time. Roseanne, so clairemanningcreative.co.uk is the website address. If you hit what's new at the top, if you're on a desktop, if you're on a phone, there's like a little 3 little lines that gives you a menu, and just hit what's new and you'll see there's the bundle there that I've got a set amount of, and then some individuals if there's just 1 or 2 things that you want. And then there's also, what's really exciting is that there's a digi-die to go with the Hello World. So I tell you what, let me just go through the bundle with you quickly and then we'll dive straight in for some demos. So everybody can see me now, all right? Hear me all right? Yeah. Oh no, Gillian's only got 5% battery. Oh dear. Right, I'm just going to swap my camera to the overhead. Is that working okay? Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm so sorry it's so dark, but if I put the overhead light on now in my living room, it's going to be really yellow and reflective. So the first A6 stamp set in the bundle is the Hello World. This is the one that if you've got a cutting a cutting machine, like I've got a Cricut, my niece has got a scan and cut or a silhouette machine, not an electronic die cutting machine, but an electronic, they're like plotting machines, aren't they? Those particular brands. Then you can download an SVG file, and that will give you the kind of virtual cutting files to go round. So at the moment I'm not doing the physical coordinating die, so please don't put that in the basket thinking it's a physical die. It's not. It's an electronic SVG file to either download onto your computer or to send to your electronic cutting machine via a stick or something like that. But obviously the stamps that you can use by yourself, and the demonstration I'm going to do in a bit shows that it's, you know, don't stress if you haven't got the dies, there's plenty still that you can do with it. It's got that lovely rose kind of hanging design, and then these lovely silhouette leaves that you can use to tuck behind or use them as designs on itself, and that lovely scripty hello. So because there isn't too much in there, even though it's an A6 set, they're still really good size stamps, as you can see, compared to my hand. So that's number one in the set. And like I say, all individual bundles. Can I see that? Oh, okay. The bundle is 50% gone and we're 6 minutes in, guys. So I know you'll be watching the demos and stuff with me as well, but if you need to check out or anything and pause me, that's absolutely fine. The full bloom is this lovely background stamp, or you can use it as a focal point. It's got all those lovely open spaces in your flowers with leaves coming out as well, and I've shown you, I will show you some more samples, but if you saw, I uploaded a video earlier on using this pencil card that I made over the weekend. So fantastic, you can do all sorts of different colour mediums with that. That's why I tried to make it not too detailed for you, and I'll show you a card in a bit where we use just one portion of it as well, so it's not just a all-in-one. Next stamp set is the A5, the huge Happy Everything stamp set that everyone has been going wild saying they want. So this Happy is lovely and bold, perfect for all genders, all ages. And yeah, then you can layer over, your colours, your embossing. I'll show you how to do that, and then stamp over the top with your scripty things. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just give you another quick update. And can you just hold that up again? Sorry. So I'm sorry, I'm sounding like TV now, and I really thought it would be a little more relaxed than this. So bundle 50% gone, 50% gone of that Happy Everything on its own, as well as it gone in the bundle, and the other ones, they're already flying out as well. The other individuals are all at over 10% now. So I didn't want to have to be crazy rushed. Oh dear. Okay. Anyway, we can still relax when we get to the demo part and do, you know, once you know you've got your orders in. Can I have a sip of Coke? Because I'm going to have a panic in a minute if it goes much quicker. I think Dean's struggling to keep up. Checking out all the stock. Wow. And the last thing in the bundle, and again available on its own, is the Super Stripe stencil, which is that gradient stripes, huge A5, so you can use it as a background for anything up to A5. You can still use it, I've seen Gemma use it on a big 8x8 card and just kind of lay it up next to each other. Somebody's asking, PayPal not available. Not at the moment. We're using, it's a Wix website that we use, they're our host, and so we're using Wix payment. If it's something that you want, guys, PayPal, then it's absolutely something I can look at. We just went for the debit and credit card via Wix at the moment. Oh, I am sorry, guys. Okay, it is something I will have a look into then if you need that. Okay, right, so that's the bundle. Like I said, there's only a certain amount at the 10% off on the bundle code. Let's start off with one of our demonstrations. So on social media, loads of you said that you wanted to know how to do this card here. So you've got the lovely rose hanging design, the hello, I might use a different sentiment, but how to get that striped stencil, because there's no dies and there's no dimension on there. It's a lovely, lovely flat card as well. So let's have a look how to do that. Can you all still hear the rain? So I've stamped and heat embossed in gold here, the design. And I'm going to get the stencil. And I'm just going to layer it over in a minute. I just need to get this lovely, I've got some masking tape, masking sheets, sorry, from Woodware that are on the website as well. Lots of people use just bits of paper with then low tack tape, and this masking tape, masking sheets can be a bit fiddly to first get off, but it means that you can reuse it. So I've stamped on in just an ink, and I've just fussy cut round it. It's not too difficult to cut round this design actually. There's some quite big areas there, so it only took me a minute or two. But I'm going to be able to use this again and again if I keep hold of that little plastic sheet in the back. So I'm going to layer that over what I've already stamped. Don't have to be too precise, but pretty much roughly where the design is. I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments as well, along with my son, so I hope I don't miss anything. If there is anything too really important, give me a shout, and I will have a look at the other general comments later on as well when I've finished, after we've cooked the tea. Even Karen said, didn't she, that she's told everybody in her house tea is going to be late today. So, there we go. Line that up a little bit better. So now can you see it's completely covered where I've stamped. So that's going to allow me to put ink or whatever it is I want through that stencil without disturbing my lovely design that I've already done. So I'm going to use some ink, and I don't know whether you've ever used any brushes like this. This is the first time that I've used them this week, and we've got a few on the website, these Time for Tea ones, that are a bit like the kind of makeup-y type style ones that you see, really flexible. But I know Jo from Time for Tea has really done a lot of research into making sure the bristles are, even though they might look like the makeup-y ones, they are specifically designed for craft, and they are super, super soft. So let's get, sorry, Dean's just passing me a message. Okay, the bundle has sold out, guys. I'm so, so sorry. What you need to do, there's still the individuals available, apart from the Happy Everything is at 75%, but the others are still individually available. Can you do me a favour, guys? Anything that sells out during this hour, there is a button, if it's sold out, to let me know how many of you want it, so I can order some more stock and know how many I need to get hold of. That would really help me out. So yeah, Roseanne saying notify when available. Please click that button. I do have minimum orders that I have to meet with my suppliers, but by the sounds of it, if that's gone in 13 minutes, then I'm sure that won't be a problem. But do just click the button, and as soon as I get it back in, you're probably looking 3 or 4 weeks for any more, unless you don't want to buy the individuals that are there now. Oh gosh, I really didn't expect that. So thank you, and I'm sorry if you're disappointed that the bundle's gone, but yeah, let me know. Click that button and I will know. I'm not going to stop my demos though. I'm going to carry on regardless, because it's not like on TV where I've got to stop now because it's not available. Let's still have a fun hour. Wowzers. So I'm using Rusty Hinge, which is... Sorry, I'm laughing because me and Dean were laughing at he thinks the names of these inks are absolutely hilarious. And can you imagine what he calls Rusty Hinge? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. So I thought it might be a bit different. I'd use more neutral colours than that was the Salvage Patina. It's making me laugh now. I want to hear what you think, he said. Managed to get a couple of bits, hoping to be able to use PayPal. Oh, paying 3, yes, of course. I didn't even think about the fact that in PayPal that you can do paying 3, guys. Okay, leave that with me for future ones. You know, we're still learning a little bit here with first launch and all that, and we won't get it right straight away, but I will absolutely look into that tomorrow. Can't even get in my tape now. Let me get another one. I'm totally thrown. Right, just going to get a bit of tape just to hold down my stencil. In fact, let's hold down the card underneath as well. No, he does not call it poo. Because it's something that rhymes with hinge. In fact, you're in America, aren't you, Vicky? I don't know. Maybe it's not a word that's used over there. I don't know. So I'm just going in with a little bit of the Rusty Hinge, and I'm going around. It doesn't matter if I go onto where I've got my masking sheet. I don't want to completely cover it because it's just a waste of ink, isn't it? But I'm going round and I'm going to try and make it look like it comes out from behind the flower. See, he's trashing the place now, throwing his pens everywhere. Comes from behind the flower in a kind of non-uniform way, so some bits it's going to come out further than others. And just give it a general blend at the edge, so there's not too harsh a line. This is a piece of card that will just go onto a 5x7, I think. Just going to grab a white for my mat. Okay, happy everything. The sentiments has completely gone as well, guys. So again, if that is something that you wanted, please press the notify me button. There is still smallish amounts of the individuals left. It's about 25% of the individuals left, but because I didn't have huge stocks in the first place, that isn't too many. Oh gosh. Oh, I think it's time for another sip of Coke. I might need something stronger after. Oh, Valerie's off to work. Bye, Valerie. So that's the start of it. It's almost like a 2-stage reveal when you do this, because you've got, I've taken the stencil off to show us the stripes. And I love how you got the thicker stripes and the thinner ones. Whoops, just completely ripped that. And be a bit more careful this time. And then when we take off the masking sheet as well, we will see that it's left my stamping and embossing imprint perfectly there without any messy ink in the way. So like I say, these masking sheets, they can be a bit fiddly, it kind of curls up a bit, but it's really worth it, and I can absolutely use that again. I'll put that neatly back on after the show probably. So let's have a look at, you all told me that you liked the grey colouring on here. So it's very, very simple, and it just uses 3 shades of grey. So I'm just going to grab my grey pens. There are literally a couple of these on the website, I haven't had time to load all of the individual Kuretake Zig pens that I had, but I've done what I had left of the greys in a small bundle of 3 for you. If you go into the Shopcraft section, you'll see them in there. Just trying to find the darker ones. I think I used dark grey, mid grey and light grey. But let's just use those 2 for now. I should have got those out before, really. So all you'll see is that I've used a darker shade in the middle of the flower, and then I've blended out to a lighter shade. It really is as simple as that. So if I do with these brush pens, and we were talking about these the other day, weren't we? So it's not one of those kind of fibre ones. It is an actual brush with bristles, and it means that you can use it a bit like a paint. So they blend into each other, and they blend with water too. In fact, Dean, I'm really sorry, would you grab me a little cup of water? I'm going to use it with a brush as well. So all I've done there is just pop some colour into the centre of the flower, some dark, and then I'm going to go in with the light, and I'm going to blend out the edges of that. Can you see already that starts to give us some light and shade? And I'll go almost to the edge. Not quite though, I've left some white space still there. And then just to blend that last little bit, thank you, use my water, just a damp brush, and I just blend the hard edge into those last petals. So that's the main flower done already. I like that middle bit's a bit too dark, but you get the idea. Wouldn't let me check out. Oh no, sorry Kay. Yes, please do click the button. Please do click the button. As soon as I get up tomorrow, I will talk to the supplier for you and see how quickly we can get them. They were having some issues the last week or so with people being pinged, I think, with from the app, the COVID app. So now I've just moved on to some leaves, and I've put a little bit of the dark at the bottom of the leaf. I'm now going to go in with the lighter one and just pick up the edge, just to blend the edge. There's no real skill to this, I'm just using a kind of scribble motion, just lightly. And then I'm going to go in with my damp brush again and just blend that out to the edge of the leaf. Really, really easy. Bring that a bit closer. Focus. I think we're going to have to play around with our cameras and stuff, aren't we? But I don't think it's gone too bad for a first try. Could be worse. So same again, and I'm just working round. So this bud, got kind of these petals here with the buds. So let's go here and here with the dark. And I still want to use those happy everything sentiments, so if you have picked them up, then you'll know how to use them, or if you're waiting for them for next time, it's not a problem. So just working my way around now, leaf by leaf, petal by petal, dark. I tend to start doing 2 or 3 leaves at the same time, then once I've got in the flow of it. So that's the top bit nice and done now. And a bit like watercolouring, it will always look slightly different because it just depends on how much of the dark you put, how far down the leaves it goes, whether you use 2 shades, 3 shades, a bit like painting though, it's never exactly the same, and I really like that. Okay, so that one, as you can see, it's very slightly darker than the other one, but it still gives that lovely effect. So let's just put one of those happy everything sentiments on it now. Quick question, Claire, am I using watercolour paper or just, this is actually just smooth card. I have tried the more chalky, thicker cards before, but I find they really soak up, they don't blend very well, but a smoothish one, I don't think it has to be super smooth, but try what you've got. Carol, was somebody asking a question? Sorry. Sentiments out of stock. Yes, I'm sorry, Carol Ann, they've gone now. But do click the notify me button. So not only does that help me know how many you need, but it means as soon as it comes in, that you will automatically get an email to say it's back in stock, and then you can just pop out. Pop onto the website. I'm really shocked. Okay, let's do the sentiment. Oh gosh, I'm getting all flustered. So let's put the happy, because what I really want to do is show you how you can go over the top of embossing with it. So I'm going to emboss with, I've got some, no, I've used the gold. I'm going to use some copper this time. And you'll notice we've got a few bits of Wow supplies now on the website as well. I'll be upping that collection. Obviously they've got a huge amount of embossing powders, so I just got the starter kit and a few other essential ones for you for now. But I'm sure if you want me to stock more, we can do that as we're going forward. So, I don't want to cover too much of that. And don't worry if it's overlapping existing embossing, you can emboss over embossing, no problem at all. So try and line it up as straight as I can. Oops. There we go. So I've got the notify button, Donna. If you go into the product that you're after and where you would normally click to add it to your basket. So yeah, underneath the quantity, it will say notify when available. And then as long as you're registered, or it'll ask you to log in at that point if you're not already registered. Hi, Debbie. So I'm just stamped in embossing ink for the happy. There's my scrap of paper. I thought let's try a different colour embossing rather than just the gold again. Add to that neutral by using a darker copper colour. It's nice to use these kind of colours for a change. I think they're becoming more modern again. I think people kind of shied away from the browns and the things like that because it can look a bit 70s and a bit old-fashioned, but I'm going to try and make them have a fresh feel. think that's done. Looks got a nice, oh, there's a tiny bit not gone there. I can see it in the light on the camera, but not in real life then. There we go. But think about as well, if you haven't got much embossing stuff, or if you wanted to use some coloured inks that you might have, you could do the Happy Ink coloured inks, and then as long as you do your on top letters in something darker. So what I use to stamp on top of embossing, because it's got a shiny finish to it, is an ink made for shiny finishes like glass and things like that. So I use StazOn. You'll notice with inks on the website as well, I've put a little note for you of what works with what. So we may have discussed before on videos, there's the VersaFine I use with watercolour, Memento that I've got to hand right now that I use with alcohol markers, and the StazOn that I use for shiny surfaces. So you'll notice that in the descriptions I've put which it works with, so you can know before you check out. Really like the idea of having the SVG. Yeah, if you've got your machines, then you want to use them, don't you? It's not saying, you know, if enough people tell me that you want the real dies, then of course we'll do them. Let's do Happy Wedding Day. So just line that up across the happy, or you don't have to overlap, you can still do them above or below if you want. But I think they're really pretty because they've been designed to do that lovely overlap, which I keep seeing quite a lot in like shops and home decor and stuff like that, gifting at the moment. Do you? So this type of ink, one, it smells like marzipan. Doesn't it? It smells that too. Like Play-Doh. Play-Doh marzipan. But it's a drier type of ink, so I do find you have to go in a couple of times. It's not that particular pad or anything like that. Oh, hi horse. Have you come to join in? Do you want to show everybody? Oh, hi. Is it the marzipan ink? Got you. Hello, hello. Do StazOn do a white ink? You know what, Steph? I'm not sure. The only white inks I've used are pigment based, which are like the slow drying ones. So I have no idea. Heard StazOn can damage your stamps. Right, so as long as you wipe it off straight away, because it's of the type of ink, it can sometimes stain your stamps, but that doesn't mean that they're damaged in any way. As long as you wipe it off, you are fine. It's basically a solvent ink, which means it's got like an alcohol in it. So if you didn't clean them and kept doing it again and again and again and again, eventually it might start eating away at it. But I've never actually seen that happen. But the manufacturers tell me as long as you wipe it off straight away, it's absolutely fine. I hope that answers that. Yes, stamping on vellum or acetate, it's perfect for that. So that's that layered over. I am going to just pop this on a card now. Okay, so just a quick update. Dean's telling me while, so you already know the bundle and the Happy Everything is gone. The Hello World, which is this one that we've just used here, and the stripes that we've just used here are half gone in the individuals. So they literally will be like almost single figures now. And the Full Bloom, which I'm going to use next, is 25% gone. But I'm sure as soon as I start demonstrating that, that will end up going as well. Okay, right, let's pop this on a card just to finish off, and then let's have a look at it compared to the blue one. Where have I put it? Where have I put it? I shall show you some more samples in a minute. Oh, I've got it here. from the lovely design team girls who have done an absolutely amazing job. And my very own niece, Natasha, who has been playing as well. Please make sure you join the group on Facebook as well so I can see your wonderful makes once you get hold of your stuff and you start playing. And thank you for entering the competition. Lovely lady in America, Donna Lee, she won the bundle yesterday. So that's the 2 different colour combos there, same techniques, different sentiments, but really, really pretty effect. Let's have a look at some more samples of all of the cards, all of the designs, and then I'll get on to my second demonstration. I'm trying to remember and try and think about ones that I didn't show you the other day, so I do apologise if some of them are the same. So you might have seen these on social media, using the Happy Everything in pastels and brights. Let's check these out of the way as I do it. Beautiful one by Leanne using the stripy stencil with some watercolour. So I think I might have mentioned the other day, I'm planning to do a video later this week of different techniques for stenciling. So yes, of course, some of your obvious ones and some that we've looked at today, but as many different ideas that I can think of to do with all your stencils. And we'll do similar things for stamps and blah, blah, blah in the future. That one's lovely from Gemma, so it goes to show you don't even have to use all of it. And I love the string on that, and it goes so well with the craft card. Slightly different angle. Kerry's put this one out here. I think you might have seen Leanne share this one. Such a soft, beautiful card with some watercolour. And using just those leaves from the Hello World. I'm trying to think of ones that another one again, just the leaves. You can make hundreds of different cards just with those. It's mental. Lovely one, I think I did show you that the other day, from Gemma. Stripes, some leaves again, and stripes on an angle. So yeah, just because it's horizontal, use it vertically, use it diagonally. See what else we've got. That was the one like I said from the video, but how weird is that? And then Leanne made that card, so she made basically the same card with a watercolour effect, and then this one came through the post from Kerry. So I think we all had a similar idea there. But again, it goes to show, look, you can use that full bloom any way up you want. Vertically, horizontally, there's no right way up for it. And I'm going to show you how to chop into it in a moment. Kerry's done one with a little house, look at that. So she's actually layered that up, chopped into it. Different colourways for the full bloom. Yeah, wasn't it nice, Wendy, with the blog post? They're all like, oh, I don't want to send you a picture. And but I said, no, people really, really would love to meet you guys and know a little bit more about you. These are from Gemma, where she's using pencil colouring, and this one just portions. I'm loving the string that Gemma's been doing at the moment. Lovely one from Kerry. Dark and moody. One from my niece Natasha that I think I showed the other day. And I love these again with like parts of them. This one's from Leanne and this one's from Kerry. Really beautiful summer sunny cards. Right, so let's have a look at this full bloom set in a little bit more detail, because I think it's the one actually that we've got the most left of as well, so that helps us. So what I've done ahead of time is I've stamped and coloured with some of the pens the whole piece, the whole stamp. And you'll notice mine, so we were talking earlier about inks and the stays on. You might find as well, not just my stamps, any stamps, that if you use dye-based inks, like distress inks, not the oxides, but the distress ones, that you sometimes get some staining. Can you see that one's gone a bit pink? Again, it's absolutely fine. It's not damaging your stamp whatsoever. It's literally just dyed it, and it tends to be the red, dark pinks and things like that. I haven't found a solution to it yet. If anybody does, I mean, because although it doesn't do any harm whatsoever, sometimes you think, oh, I want it to look all clean and shiny. But please don't worry, it's not doing anything to your stamps, whether they're mine or anybody else's. So let's grab a couple of colours. So I'm going to colour in the flower again. Basically, I've stamped it an extra couple of times and I'm going to put it together. I'm just going to colour one more on top and put it together, and I'm going to make it into a very special, almost like a gift then for this card. So it's a 2-in-1. It's just, I can't remember what colours I used for that now, of course. I think they were pale ones. And like I say, there'll be more of these loaded on the website soon. Let's try those. So I'm going to shuffle and go on. Let's try those two. So same technique that I did earlier on, I'm just going to do again now, but very, very quick. A little bit of darker colour, a little bit of lighter colour just to blend and just stop any hard edges, almost to the end but leaving some white space. And then all I'm going to do is take my brush to where that hard edge is and just blend that out a little bit. Oh, horse has been a good boy now, sitting with Toby. Or is he not being a good boy? Is he washing himself? Oh, lovely. Well, apart from that link at the start, not quite doing what it should have done, I don't think we've had too many technical hitches, have we? What's everyone having for dinner after this? We've got lasagna. And maybe a glass to celebrate. So, quick little bit of yellow in the centre of my flower. I just stamped this in black ink, but actually it would have been nice if I'd have done the gold, like the embossing like I did on here, because let me show you what I'm going to do with it next. I'm going to glue those two pieces together. Just finding my bits and pieces. So just a bit of wet glue to stick those two bits together. Then next I'm going to emboss that on the top. I'm going to try and make it like a bit of a harder embellishment. So I've got two pieces together, it's made it a bit more sturdy. And then next I'm going to take some clear sparkle and we're going to make that sparkly embellishment. So let me grab my paper as well. And I'm going to turn over the flower and I'm going to press it quite firmly into the pad, so everywhere I put the powder will stick to it. So this is going to be clear powder with bits of sparkling, make us a sparkly flower. So that's one layer. I might do two, let's see how that looks when we've heat set it. Let's pop the lid on. Ooh, steak and chips, Sheila. Burgers for Gemma. Chili. Southern fried chicken. Sausage and mash. Oh, don't say sausage and mash, Roxy. That's Dean's favourite dinner. I could do him the most amazing dinner and he'd go, you know what, I'll be fine with sausage and mash. So now we've got a sparkly flower. Sorry if it's not. It's really pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to use that as an embellishment. Let's grab a card blank. But it's going to be a removable embellishment. So I'm just going to pop this on a card blank, but I might actually in future put another piece of metallic card or something like that behind, just to give it a little matten layer. But just for this demo, I'll get it on. And then, I don't know whether you noticed, I've got these two little squares here that I'll show you in a moment what I'm going to do with. Yeah, you don't have to do that flower sparkly either. You could just do it, if you just wanted it glossy, you could do it as just a gloss embossing powder or no embossing powder at all if you haven't got any. So that fits on there. So what I want this person to be able to do, the recipient of this card, is use that as a magnet. Now it's nice and hard and it's nice and sparkly, and you could even add a bit of like sealant on top if you wanted to. Like a Mod Podge or something like that. Don't the DigiDies only work if you have an expensive electronic machine? It's just a different type of machine, Lindsay. So it's not a die cutting machine. It's a machine that connects to software either in the machine itself or through your computer or your iPad or something, and it's got a blade. So it basically cuts what you tell it to cut rather than a metal die. So yeah, you'd need that type of machine to use a DigiDi, because essentially I'm sending you a file to use with a piece of software. I hope that makes sense. But there's tons of, if you're not sure about which machines and stuff like that, honestly, there's loads of things on YouTube if you're like considering things like that. Tutorials and that kind of thing, and I'll be doing some as well. Oh, hi Natasha. So I'm just going to put, I've got two little pieces of magnet sheet. So this is the type of magnet sheet that I use to hold my metal dies on, or you can get self-adhesive stuff in sheets. You can buy it in tape from some places. Paint Shop or Painland used to do tape, but I haven't seen it there for a while. So I've just cut a little bit out of a spare sheet that I had, and I want to adhere it to this central flower here. And this is going to mean that this is a card and gift of a magnet in one. And you could do this with loads of different stamps, couldn't you, if you've got anything that you could cut an element out of. So a bit of double-sided tape on, unless you've got the already adhesive ones. It's a shame to cover up that flower, but it won't poke out the edge. And then turn my flower over, same again. Wow, guys, you've got so many of you watching. There's still a couple of the individuals left. Not much though. Fabulous. Seems to be whatever I'm demonstrating has a has a mad rush on. So double-sided tape again on the back of my flower, and then that is going to pop on to my card. So when the recipient opens it, it's nice and secure, and then you could put a little message, couldn't you, or write a little take it out, but just something really different. And I think having that sparkle as well just makes it stand out. It will make the person reach for it. There we go. Right, I'm going to switch back to my front-facing camera just to have a little chat with you guys before we finish, if that's okay. Right, 1 second. Funky card. Oh, you can get unbranded machines. Wow, I didn't know you could do get other types of machines as well. Hi. Let me just get this camera out of the way. No, I didn't know that either, Roxy. Could I just have that drink? Sorry. Too much talking. My mouth's gone really dry. I'm going to have a little sip of Coke. So what did you think, guys? Did we do okay for our first show? I really enjoyed it. It's gone mega quick. I can't believe how much stock's gone. You've surprised me. Thank you for your support. But mainly I wanted to, regardless of how much stock sold and things like that, is that I'll make sure I show you some demos and talk to you and all that kind of thing, because that's part of it too, isn't it? It's not just about me selling out in 14 minutes or whatever it was and then going, right, I'm off then now. You've you've given me your money, I'm off. I still want to make sure, even if things sell out quickly, that we get some lovely demonstrations for you. We get to have a chat, and there'll be more demonstrations during this week going on this YouTube channel, like recorded ones that I'll do. So when you start getting your stuff in the post, that you've got some ideas straight away. So if what was I going to say? Yeah, we should be able to get everything dispatched for you tomorrow. So it will depend on where you are and which delivery service you chose at checkout, whether it's standard or tracked, but you'll know that from your own order. And thank you so much. And yeah, just if there's something that isn't there anymore, just tell me, hit that notify and tell me, and that will just really help me keep an eye on how many of you want it, so I can try and order the right amount of stock. I don't like to leave people disappointed. Sometimes it's inevitable because it's a bit of a guess, like I said, for the first time. Hi, Jan. Ah, thank you. It was really fun, and I hope that sorry, Julian's just said I wouldn't like to be behind you in the post office. Yeah. So we are doing Royal Mail right now, but if things get like bigger and bigger, then we'll have to start looking at couriers or collections and things like that. But it's just amazing to be able to start this, and have you all on board and adapt it to what you want. There is loads more coming. We've already done designed and got the manufacturing in process for another collection and one after that as well. So yeah, it's really exciting stuff. I'm planning to do a full launch on the first Monday every month, thereabouts, but I'll tell you the dates. And then there might be some little ones in between. There'll certainly be something new every Monday. So we'll do Manning Mondays here, and they'll be live at 6 o'clock. It won't necessarily always be a full collection or things for you to buy. It might be a free class, or it might be a more intense course, paid for one, or it might be a download, or it might be a one-off product or something like that. But there will be something for you to see here every Monday live. Will you always use this channel for your lives? Yes, in terms of those Manning Mondays, we'll always be here at 6 o'clock. You might see me on Facebook just doing a little impromptu thing or just show you something. But in terms of my demo show, and Here's What's New show every Monday at 6. So that's really, really exciting for me, and I hope that you can join. Ah, proud husband alert. You can talk, you know, Dean. They won't mind. He's got shy. And thank you to Toby as well, and Horse for being good. Right, I'm going to leave you to your evening, guys. Will you do me a favour and will you let me know, give me some feedback if you've got a spare 5 minutes once you get your orders, and let me know if you're happy. And you know, it is new to us, so we want to make sure that we do everything right. And if we don't, we'll learn from it. But take care of yourselves, have a lovely evening, and I will see you soon. Stay safe, stay crafty.